Guys, we had some technical difficulties. We'll see if I can get Sara to come back again. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Hi everyone. So today I want to introduce Sara Salehi. Yes, she finally joined us. So as of February 1st...
Hey, I made it! Yes! Technology! Awesome.
So we had a bit of technical difficulties, but we fixed it.
Woohoo!
Yes. So you guys, as of February 1st, for 5 weeks, we have a women's circle, یک گرد همایی زنانه. And I have invited, by the way, I'm going to speak Farsi and English, so Finglish. That's how Sara and I speak anyways, because Sara's Farsi speaking and English speaking. She also speaks Mandarin and Korean and some other languages. So whatever language you speak, you could send your question in that language. Anyway, so as of February 1st, I'm hosting Women's Circle, and I've invited 5 amazing women like Sara, who are professionals, and they have words of wisdom to share. So we will ask them questions and they'll present their knowledge to us. And sorry guys, it's only for women. فقط برای خانوما هست. و دوباره از فوریه 1 تا مارچ 1 هر دوشنبه شب ساعت 7 شب. So here's Sara Salehi. She's a neuroscientist. She has her master's in, yes, master's in psychology and brain work. And she's also a movement coach and life coach. And so Sara, just tell us about yourself a little bit.
Salam bar hamagi. Hi everybody. I'm really excited to join Dory right now. I had some technical difficulties and have overcome this, so I'm full of adrenaline. So if I speak fast, it's okay. I have a undergrad. I did a double major in psychology and neuroscience. I was really interested to kind of learn about the human body from like a molecular cellular perspective, which is neuroscience, and then switch that and kind of wrap it up with how that relates to behavior, so something more tangible. And then I was lucky enough to get a really good scholarship and do my master's at U of T in both neuroscience and rehab sciences. And during my investigations, when I was doing my master's thesis on factors that affected recovery from mild to moderate brain injury, concussions especially, I found that movement, breathing, and this weird thing called yoga that I've seen people do in all sorts of odd shapes actually made people feel better. And the people that were doing movement, were doing breathing, were more likely to report a better quality of life, if that makes sense, right? So from that, I realized that like I really want to explore that side, which is how I got into yoga, and then the rest is history. So I saw Shadi joined. She's one of our students from Thornhill. Hi Shadi, if you're there.
So
anyway.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning something about you did research on trauma and concussions, or people who have gone through brain injury, and how they can better themselves or heal from that injury.
Yeah, so I would say that the main area of my focus in research was dealing with people that had, say, a brain injury at work. So a construction worker, something happened, something hit them in the head, and they passed out. And then they came to, and now they viewed the world completely different. So noises were much louder, and vision was like coming in and going out, and like you know, they were really having a hard time grasping reality based on what their expectation was that reality should be. In these times, people have a hard time going back to work. And what happened was a lot of the people didn't want to go back to work because they were like scared of having that recurring episode. So it was a traumatic thing, and it had affected their physical body, but in the brain. So it wasn't like a broken leg that you could see that this person has an injury. It was kind of this like phantom injury. And for that, there was a lot of judgment. So there was a lot of like feeling guilty, feeling depression, which I assume is why these clients found it really helpful to do breathing exercises. And if they were lucky enough to have a movement coach, doing specifically yoga-like movements that make you more in tune with where your body is in space, right? So proprioception, and making you more in tune with what the internal states of your body actually mean. So interoception. Like at this moment when I'm having an anxiety attack, I can recognize that I'm flushed. These are the symptoms of this attack, and my thoughts are spinning out of control. Oh, I recognize this. I'm anxious. Like, what can I now do to recover from that? Which is exactly why we love yoga, right? Like, you know this. This is where we found our little window of opportunity to become a part of like creating our reality and controlling it. Look who wants to say hi. Scarlett, come on.
Hi, Scarlett. Oh, you're a cutie pie. Scarlett, are you as smart as your mom or smarter? Smarter.
Indeed. Bahareh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even like the fact that I'm doing the neuroscience talk, it was inspired by just educating people about what science knows about our bodies, and then kind of bridging that with what are we feeling? What are we feeling in the yoga class? Hi, Scarlett.
So I know, so Sarah and I actually met during military exercise. She used to be in the military, and before actually she's joined on our Instagram live, I was saying that she was part of the PSYOPs group. So she got into people's head and she gathered intelligence from the enemy. So, but I know that you also worked for police, and you also help soldiers. So you provide these services to all kinds of people.
Yeah, so there's two different ways of looking at this. So there's the rehab science perspective, which basically I'm educating people that are in frontline workers like police, first responders, firemen, and even like military folk, kind of informing them about the effects of being in a state of stress, so that fight or flight response, for a prolonged period of time, which as research has shown, really burns us out, right? So there's this like compassion fatigue for like nurses and doctors. There's literally adrenal burnout fatigue, which leaves like very, very depleted physical sense in the body, and psychologically it could feel like depression. So it's like kind of bringing intelligence to people, like if you're in this line of work, this might happen, right? So there's that side of it, and then there's the other side of like the live immersion training that you and I were doing with the military. It's like, okay, so now how do we take this knowledge that we have and incorporate it in real time? So if you are in a trauma-esque situation, it could be as simple as driving your car in Toronto and you go through like a fight or flight response. Like, how can you now reach into your toolbox of tools of resilience, tools of calming yourself down, of mindfulness, of movement, breathing, and kind of bring yourself down back into equilibrium? So that's what we talk about a lot.
Okay, so for the focus of the women's circle, can you just give us an outline of what you're going to talk us through, and also, yeah, just give us an outline.
Okay, so The theme of this kind of information sharing platform is to leave the viewer with a sense of deeper connection to the self. So my whole spiel is that you can understand the theater of the mind when you get to know the machinery of the brain. And when I say the brain, I mean in total the nervous system. So in the talk, we kind of start by diving deep into cellular knowledge and talk about why is the nervous system so sexy? Like, why is it such a special part of the body? Why is it that it gives us this kind of power to be our best self, right? Make better choices, know ourselves at a state of emotional, physical level. So that's where we go to. And then once that's kind of like settled in, we do this little neuron dance together. You've done it with me. It's fun. And then we span out and look at the different parts of the nervous system. So the brain and the spinal cord kind of being like the CEO and the upper management, the executives, making those kinds of decisions, right? And the peripheral nervous system being kind of the blue collar workers and the, management on the floor, right? That are like doing the work, like the soldiers in the trenches. And then once we have that perspective, we kind of talk about like, what is this whole movement, breathing, and so on? What's it doing in the body, right? And how does it relate to this wisdom, this yogic wisdom that's passed down for like thousands of years? How does that knowledge kind of match with what current and modern science is telling us? So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It is pretty cool, yeah. So I have taken Sarah's talks before, and that's why I was so excited to invite her and for her to talk to us and spread her knowledge and the love of movement and the wisdom of the body and the brain. Okay, so Sarah's talk is going to be on February 1st. And we will do, if we have enough time, the sessions are an hour and a half. If we have enough time, we will do a movement practice. We will do meditation. Sarah will do her presentation. We'll do a Q&A with her. And then if we still have time, we'll do a bit of movement practice as well. Yay!
Good to see you, Dodo.
Thank you. Much love. Thank you again for your time. And I will see you in a month, if not sooner. Love you.
Safe. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I'm so excited. So for the next session, I will have a live with another lady of ours. So it'll be either with Dr. Nora, who's the naturopathic doctor, or it will be with Bahareh, who's the traditional Chinese medicine doctor. So I will post. You guys stay tuned, and we'll get to know our amazing women for the women's circle to come. Much love.